I want to talk about beliefs, especially negative beliefs that we have about ourselves, and see what happens when we start to question them and question them from different perspectives. So, I'm going to talk about especially interests that I have or beliefs in interests. So, I don't like this kind of music. I don't like this kind of food. I don't like this kind of movie. And just go into them. Now, this would be the same if I went into a positive. Like, I like this. I like this movie. I like this kind of music. If I go into those likes, I'll see the same thing. That I like this because it's connected to this, or it's connected to this experience. Now, I don't want to get rid of those interests. I don't feel that I'm better off if I have no interest. Oh, I don't like any type of music or movie. No. I mean, being open to any type of music or movie is great. I don't want to have no interest. So I don't look at the positive ones. I look at the negative. And maybe someday I can go and look at those positive if it ever comes up. So I look at the negative. And so I'll talk about one, for example. I had this belief that I don't care about fashion. I don't like fashion. I don't like name brands. I don't care about name brands. I can't be impressed by a label. Now, this belief matched up reality. In situations where people had name brand things, I don't care. If I got something, like someone gave me something that was, ooh, special brand, I don't care. Okay, that matched up with that belief. I didn't buy things that were name brand. I didn't go to those stores. I just didn't care. That matches up with the belief. Now, one day I decided to just look into it. And maybe I looked in for no reason, or there was something fashionable that I liked. So I just went into it and go, okay. Now, what if someone gave me fashionable things and I didn't have to pay for them? So let's get the money thing out of the way. So expensive name brand. So very fashionable things. Would I wear them? No. Okay. That seems to match that belief. Okay. And again, I could just leave it there or just kind of question in different ways. Okay. What if it was something fashionable, but it matched what I like? So there are things that I find stylish. I have a very simple style. Well, let's say I can find something very fashionable, but very stylish that matches me. Would I want to wear them? Now that one, I was like, oh yes, I would. Okay, well that doesn't match the belief that am not interested in fashion. Okay, so now something's not right. That belief had the appearance of being true, but now it's not quite right. So what is that? Now, what if I had to wear something very fashionable? And so again, I didn't have to pay for it. I got these very fashionable things. I had to wear them. We're talking the newest trends. Would I want to wear it? Like, no. Okay. How would I feel about that? Well, I feel bad. Why? I think I'd look like an idiot. Okay, so there's an image I have about myself. The newest the newest fashions don't match. Okay. Well, let's say I could wear the newest fashions, but they match my style. How do I feel? Would I like that? Yes, but. Okay. But. But what? And I saw, okay, what I don't want people to think that fashion is important to me. Okay, now is that true? Okay, so let's say, same thing. I could have very fashionable things that match my style, but it's very clear to everyone around me, all my friends, that I have to wear these clothes. Would that be okay? Yes. Okay. Then it's not the clothes. It has to do with an image. Okay. So what is the image I want to convey? Well, I want people to think that I don't care about fashion. That's the belief. Okay. What image do I want them to have? Well, I don't want them to think that I'm the kind of person that fashion is important to. Like I'm attached to fashion. Fashion is important. Okay, so what kind of person do I want people to think I am? Well, I want people to think that I'm someone above that. And that's the belief. I want to have an image. I want to give an image that I'm above that, beyond those simple things like fashion. All right, so that's the belief. Now, I can go into that belief and look in, because this is about worrying about the image that I convey. That's something to go into. But I want to talk about what that does with fashion. That frees fashion from a belief that I had. There is no longer a belief I have about fashion. So now, if I wear something fashionable, how does that make me feel? I feel great. But it's not the same as someone who cares about fashion. I don't care about fashion. I'm free. I'm not attached to fashion. So I'm actually free to be fashionable. I'm not attached to it. And so what I noticed was when I've had beliefs about negative aspects of myself. So I don't like this. I don't like this thing. And then I do the thing. So I had a belief I don't like fashion. And so I try to be fashionable. It actually feels amazing because what's happening is I'm letting go of that belief. And so I try this with other things. And I noticed another. All my life, I've hated country music. Now I can look at this and go into it and see, well, country music is attached to the situations that I didn't like. I think even people that I knew who liked country, I didn't like that style, the image of a person who listens to country music. Okay. And I saw that. So I started listening to country music and really liked it. Now, the fact that I had this part of my personality as someone who does not like country music. When I looked into country music and I listened to it, I really enjoyed it because, again, I'm letting go of that belief. So it has to do with these negative beliefs I had about myself. But what happens if I look at something that, or I engage in some interest that I've never had, but never had it connected to my personality? So I don't like baseball and never have. But it was not a part of my personality. So I wasn't someone who dislikes baseball. I just don't have an interest for it. So if I started watching baseball now, there's nothing there. There's no feeling of, ooh, it feels nice. I feel free because I never had a negative attachment to baseball. So this is something I've looked into in other beliefs that I have and just noticed when I've had these attachments, if I go into them So I hated this type of thing. And now I do it. It actually is enjoyable. It feels freeing. There is a weird kind of sense of almost I'm no longer myself too. Like, how can I like this? I mean, the me from 20 years ago would be disgusted that I like this. So there is that. But it's not, it's just a flutter of thought. And it doesn't really matter. So give this a try. Look at things that you have just taken for granted, that you dislike, and ones that were attached to you. So, I am someone who does not like this. And go into why you dislike it and try. Try to listen to it, try to watch it, try to do it, and see what happens. So, until next time, that's it for today.